Ever had your money frozen with no warning? Or seen mysterious fees drain your balance without explanation? You're not alone. Behind that slick logo and one-click payments is a history worthy of a blockbuster movie. We're talking about CEO coups, customer funds held hostage, and a jaw-dropping policy that could have fined you $2,500 just for what you post online. Yep, that actually happened. But trust me, that's just the beginning. The birth of PayPal. Our story begins in the wild, unpredictable world of the late 90s, a time when the internet was still figuring itself out, and so were two up-and-coming companies. On one side, you had Confinity, founded by Max Levchin and Peter Thiel. On the other, you had X.com, the brainchild of none other than Elon Musk. Confinity had a simple idea at first. They wanted to make it easier for people to send money using Palm Pilots. Yes, Palm Pilots. Those clunky little pocket devices with tiny styluses. Anyhow, it didn't take long for Confinity to realize that Palm Pilot payments weren't going to cut it. People needed something bigger and easier. So they pivoted to something that had much more potential: email-based payments. Meanwhile, over at X.com, Elon Musk was thinking way bigger. He didn't just want to focus on payments. He wanted to revolutionize the entire financial system. His vision for X.com was ambitious, to say the least. He wanted to build an all-in-one financial super app where you could manage bank accounts, send money, trade stocks, and basically control every part of your financial life from one platform. Lofty goal? Absolutely. But if there's one thing we know about Elon, it's that he does not think small. Both companies knew that whichever one could dominate the online payment space first would become unstoppable. It was a classic, if you're not first, you're last scenario. So they went to war. And how do startups fight wars? With money. Lots and lots of money. Both companies started throwing cash at users to win them over. Referral bonuses were the secret weapon. You could earn $20 just for getting a friend to sign up. People started gaming the system, referring themselves, their pets, and even their second email addresses. But none of that mattered to Confinity and X.com. They were in an all-out race to grow their user bases as fast as humanly possible, and honestly, it worked. But growth is expensive. Very, very expensive. Are you a business owner looking for funding, but tired of jumping through hoops with big banks? Let me introduce you to the 7-Figure Scale Kit Funding Guide, your step-by-step roadmap to securing up to $250,000 in 0% APR capital, no matter if you're just starting out or already established. Here's what's inside: SBA Blueprint to access SBA funds hassle-free, the $200,000 case study showcasing real funding success stories, AI secrets to automate your REI properties efficiently, and access to the 7-Figure Discord, thriving community of entrepreneurs growing together. No more outdated strategies, no more wasted time, and no more funding headaches. I've helped hundreds of business owners just like you get the capital they need to scale fast. This guide is normally $197, but today it's yours for just $7. Click the link in description to get it now. Both companies were burning through cash, and it was clear that if they kept this up, they'd both end up bankrupt. So after months of tension, back and forths, and probably some awkward hallway encounters, they finally called a truce. In March 2000, X.com and Confinity decided to put their differences aside and merge. They'd work together under one name: PayPal. Struggles and drama. Mergers don't always bring peace, and in PayPal's case, it sparked a full-blown civil war. See, Elon Musk had a vision. He wanted to rebrand PayPal under his X.com umbrella, but the PayPal executives weren't having it. They believed PayPal was already a trusted name and didn't want to confuse customers. Then came the Windows versus Linux debate. Confinity's tech team wanted to stick with Linux, but Elon Musk insisted on using Windows. It might sound like a nerdy argument, but back then, it was a battle of control and direction. The tension reached a boiling point in 2000. While Musk was on his honeymoon, PayPal's top executives pulled off a boardroom coup. They voted to oust him as CEO, replacing him with Peter Thiel. When Musk returned, it was already too late. He was out. As if the internal wars weren't enough, PayPal had an even bigger enemy: online criminals. Fraud was everywhere. Hackers and scammers quickly figured out that they could exploit the platform to launder money, steal identities, and run phishing scams. At one point, It was so bad that nearly 1 in 3 PayPal accounts were fraudulent. Think about that for a second. Every third account was being used for scams. The company was losing millions. To fight back, Max Levchin's team created a security tool that many of us know today. CAPTCHA. Yes, those annoying little puzzles asking you to select all the images with traffic lights actually started as a PayPal anti-fraud tool. This, along with improved fraud detection algorithms, helped reduce criminal activity. But as always, when you lock out the bad guys, sometimes the good guys get caught too. PayPal's anti-fraud measures were so aggressive that even legitimate users had their accounts frozen, often with no explanation. Clash with eBay. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. eBay initially loved PayPal. After all, it was the perfect way for buyers and sellers to send money quickly. But when eBay launched its own payment system called BillPoint, things got awkward. eBay tried to push sellers to use BillPoint instead of PayPal. They made it the default payment option for Buy It Now listings, and even shrunk the size of the PayPal logo on auction pages. But PayPal wasn't going to have any of it. They offered exclusive seller tools, bigger referral bonuses, and even free perks for eBay users who stuck with them. By 2001, 70% of all eBay auctions were using PayPal for payments. At that point, eBay was left with one option: if you can't beat them, buy them. And that's exactly what they did. In 2002, eBay swooped in and bought PayPal for a whopping $1.5 billion in stock. It was one of the most significant acquisitions in tech history. PayPal wasn't a scrappy, rebellious startup anymore. It was now a part of a much larger, more corporate machine. And if there's one thing startup founders hate, it's corporate bureaucracy. So people like Peter Thiel, Max Levchin, and Reid Hoffman started leaving one by one. Controversies and customer complaints. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, PayPal's dark side. It's 2015, and for years PayPal had been riding high with the backing of eBay. But that partnership was about to end now. eBay decided it was time to cut ties, and just like that, PayPal was on its own. At first it seemed like a fresh start, a chance to stand tall as an independent payments giant. But for users, things didn't feel so fresh. Almost overnight, it felt like PayPal's priorities had shifted. Fees went up, support went down, and users were left in the dark. Complaints started pouring in about sudden account freezes, random fees, and worst of all, users having their funds held hostage for weeks, sometimes months, without warning or explanation. On review platforms, PayPal's rating dropped like a rock. Not exactly what you'd expect from a company claiming to make payments simple. However, the controversy that really shook the internet came in 2022. PayPal quietly introduced a policy stating that users could be fined $2,500 for spreading misinformation online. The backlash was immediate. People accused PayPal of trying to become the arbiter of truth with the power to raid people's bank accounts for saying the wrong thing. The outcry was so loud that PayPal quickly retracted the policy, calling it a mistake. But for many users, it was too little, too late. The trust was gone. Today, PayPal is still one of the biggest payment processors in the world, but its reputation isn't what it used to be. Competitors like Stripe and Wise offer lower fees and better customer service. Small businesses, in particular, have started to ditch PayPal. Why? The fees. Remember when PayPal was marketed as a free way to send money? Well, not anymore. Currency conversion fees, international transaction fees, and fees for premium features have made it costly for users. Many feel that PayPal got comfortable being on top and started squeezing its customers for every penny. If you found this video as eye-opening as we think you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. Tell us about your PayPal experiences, good or bad. We'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.